my name is Warren, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Ratchet. This version of Ratchet is from the Transformers Dark of the Moon. I actually watched this movie. Ratchet is so cool that his color scheme looks great. The painting and the sculpting in his figure is amazing. I like the sculpted and tire bits right here on his shoulders. And you gotta love the... Can I get a ha? And the head sculpt is just amazing. I especially like how they painted in his eyes. And as for any accessories, he gets his cannon. But never mind that. It just looks cool. I mean, and he can take down a lot of Decepticons. It's basically very clever, huh?
That was many years ago. I didn't feel like doing a reboot, but fuck it. A long time ago, before I'd been doing a lot more better at making these little videos that you see here today, the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class Dark of the Moon Ratchet was my first ever Transformers review. And it was horrible. Like, really shit. The lighting was almost non-existent. The setup was a complete mess. I was having a really hard time getting through a dialogue.
My first toy review. So I have never done one before.
And the worst part of all was the sound of my own voice.
Onto details, painting, sculpting, and
oh my god, I sounded like a complete idiot, for fuck's sake! And after many years of embarrassment and regret, it was time for me to put a stop to it. Instead of looking back to how garbage my first review was, I decided to go to the Disney route and remake it to a more refined Ratchet review. Which means that this video is gonna have better lighting, better setup, better sound quality thanks to this new microphone that I got, and best of all, I won't have to listen to the sound of my old stupid teenage voice. That's right, I'm calling you out, you motherfucker! So with that out of the way, I'm gonna take you on a ride. Random MVC reference. The painting and the sculpting on this figure is awesome. If you guys recall from watching my original Ratchet review, you'll find that this is pretty much a movie accurate representation of the Dark of the Moon and / Age of Extinction design, which pretty much sums up the Studio Series line, and that's the line where this guy comes from. It's a line that consists of figures that takes place from the movie verse and tries to make it be as movie accurate as possible. And that's also the same line where some of my other Studio Series figures that I reviewed belongs to. And what I mean by that is that it basically takes inspiration of the original Dark of the Moon Ratchet toy, which I don't own, and tries to improve the proportions on that. These proportional differences involve these two lights that are on his shoulders and a more defined head sculpt, which is more painted than how they did Ratchet the first time. And while we're here, you'll notice that the lights are painted on very poorly, if I may add, as well as some other parts that are easily painted on. Well, that was because after the events of my original Ratchet review, I went ahead and did some of the tiny details myself. I even painted gold in the crotch, which might have been poor planning on my part.
That's a penis!
Same goes with the lights. I mean, you can barely see them. If you look around, you will notice that there is a bit of kibble just hanging on the back of his back, along with this piece that is just completely jutting out of the open. The original actually did the right thing and split this part in half for a more cleaner profile, but on the Studio Series one, it's just, nah, let it hang out here. You could flip the back open and use a screwdriver to unscrew this part just to get this off, but that doesn't look that great. This little thing has got to be the only issue I had with this figure, because the rest of the figure is nice and extremely solid, which I'm kind of surprised considering how long I had this thing. I just figured that the joints would loose over time. But nope, everything is still solid. As for accessories, no EMP blaster, no saw blade, just a good old gun. You could plug it onto his forearm, or for the more traditional way, you could have him molded. That's pretty much all I have to say about the gun. So I guess we will move on to his swivel at the head. That's pretty much it for the head. Rotation at the arm. Arm moves out. Bicep swivel. You get a double jointed elbow. Nothing at the wrist. I'm surprised these fingers didn't break. Nothing at the waist either. Well, come to think of it, how can you include a waist swivel like this? Rotation at the leg. Can't move back that far. If you move your kibble out of the way first. Beautiful spread. Side swivel. Bend at the knee. Up and down the ankle. Up pivot. And as I previously mentioned from many years ago, a swivel here.
100 out of 10. Best toy.
Posability on this guy is pretty good. While it is a shame about the lack of a wrist swivel or a lack of a waist swivel, it's pretty much understandable because of the transformation. Plus, you can get him into a really nice kneeling pose. The Masterpiece Transformers can't even pull that off. Being a deluxe class figure, this guy is pretty small. Here's Studio Series Scrap Metal, the original ROTF Bumblebee, my first ever Optimus Prime figure that I had, Beast Hunters RC, the Age of Extinction Sentry, which is just an orange repaint of the guy that Ratchet is very best friends with. And finally, we have... Don't expect me to do a full review on this guy. So yeah, despite this thing being almost 10 years old, this thing holds up pretty good. And I'd say his vehicle mode also holds up pretty good. Simple and enjoyable transformation, we get the ambulance mode. But if you're old enough to remember, this is a Hummer ambulance mode. And if I got that wrong, it's because I'm not old enough. Also, little pro tip. Those little tabs that are on the feet that some YouTubers keep clipping off, these are what keep his feet in place. As I outlined in my original Ratchet review, all the details that you see on this vehicle mode is pretty much spun on the actual real thing from what I can tell. With the Autobot symbol placed directly in the center of the Search and Rescue Fire Department, a nice little E4 here, and the front of the car is really nice. When transforming this guy, this thing is on a little flexible material, so when you go and transform this guy, you won't have to worry about it snapping off. It's holding up pretty well, at least for now. The front and the side view of the vehicle mode looks pretty good, but the back just looks a little empty. Is it just me? I don't usually pay a lot of attention to the back shot of the vehicle mode, but I could have sworn that it had a lot more painting done on the back, because without it, it just looks kind of bland and boring. This is where a pair of ToyHax Rebel labels stands out. It lets you add a lot of crucial details to this figure, and why do ToyHax always get the best stuff? And if you look under the car, you can see a lot of whatever is going on over there. But after having this figure for almost a whole decade now, it doesn't bother me as much, and I really don't know why. Maybe it's mostly because that kibble in the Transformers universe is now considered to be canon. Like heck, head modes under Transformers vehicle modes ain't really a bother anymore. Hell, just ask Bumblebee. Or that one. As for weapon storage, you can only place the gun right in the center of that little tire. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the gun. Again, honestly, I don't really like it. It kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. That actually is a lot better. The wheels on this guy do roll, but not really well. This is where I think that pinned wheels are a lot better than these mushroom clip ones. And thanks to the power of mass shifting, this guy loses a couple of inches. Scrap Metal, Bumblebee, RC, Prime, and I'm not gonna bother. Overall, this figure is really good. I know this figure has a lot of crucial hate over the years, but I really like this guy. especially at how well he holds up to this day. So if you're a fan of the movie franchise or the Studio Series line as a whole, I would suggest you pick this guy up. Good luck with that though, you need all the luck you can get. If you like this video, give me a like and a comment, subscribe for more videos by yours truly, and please be sure to share this video if you like it, because right now I am currently dealing with the YouTube algorithm and I really need some way to get more views, so please consider subscribing to my channel. It really helps a lot and it'll help the channel as well. Also, please be sure to hit the bell for notifications after you subscribe, because if you don't, well, can you guys tell that I'm in love with this thing? Because if you can't, you'll know soon enough.